Hi there, Titans, and welcome back to another Titan Academy video. Today we'll be talking about table interactivity in action flows for your Power Table. We will go through all of the different actions that we support currently under table interactivity, but we will focus on a couple of specific actions such as allowing inline edit, expanding the columns on your table, refreshing your table, and selecting rows on your table. Let's get started. So the first thing I want to note is that you can trigger these actions from any on-click action, condition, or page level action in your project. Let's start by looking at this button that I've labeled Allow Edit, and that's going to be the first thing that we demonstrate here. I'm heading over to Element Interactivity, Table Interactivity, and I'm selecting the Allow Inline Edit option. And what this will do is allow me to edit fields on my table. Now, you can do this to specific indexes. In my case, I'm going to do this to the entire table, and I will select the specific field I want to be able to edit, which is the Power Table SLA here, and we'll say allow edit. All right, so if I hover over the SLA field, I can see I don't have a pencil icon. I'm not able to edit this field, but once I click my allow edit, that will allow me to edit this field to whatever I would like. Okay, excellent. I can of course also disallow inline edit. I also have options here to show and hide columns on my table. And the next thing I'd like to show is expanding and collapsing columns. So if I head over to my table, I already have this set up, but I'll demonstrate what I've done here. I've got a subcomponent to show opportunities under my account, and this is under the account name column. I also have added a action here to expand the column, and I'm expanding the account name column where my subcomponent is. And I'm expanding the current row that I'm clicking on. Of course, if I was doing this from outside of the table, I might want to say I want to do this to a specific row. In this case, it's just going to be the current row that I click on my icon from. I've set up my plus icon. And we can take a look at this. And so typically, you would drill down using the drill down caret right over here. And so I would click here to see the opportunities of this account. But you can also do cool things like adding this action that we've done where I can now click on my icon and that will also expand my column just like that. Now, of course, you can also just quickly, you can collapse just as easily as you can expand. The allow clear column and disallow clear column goes along with these bulk updates or quick update functionality. We talked about quick update in a previous video, but if you allow for quick update functionality, then you can also allow clear column, and that will add an X or an icon to the field, which will allow you to clear the values easily out of that field. You can allow for bulk update, which is essentially the quick update functionality. And this will only work if you've already allowed inline editing to a specific column. All right. In terms of reset table selection, we'll talk about that more when we talk about select row and select all. So let's hold off on that for a bit. Let's talk about refreshing your table. So why would you want to refresh your table? Imagine that I want to create an account and have that automatically be added to my Power Table. Well, in that case, I would want to refresh my table after I've created my account. So let's first look how this would work before we would do refresh table. I'll say Titan account number 1, and I'll save this in Salesforce. But now if I try to filter this on my table, I'm not going to find it. If I add in as an after finish action, after I push, I'll add my refresh table action and I'll refresh my entire Power Table. So now what should happen is when I create my contact, I'm just going to refresh here. I'm going to call this, sorry, when I create my account, let's say important account, and we'll give it an SLA, we'll create it, and now this will get added to my table, and I'm able to find it right here, important account. That is in terms of the refresh functionality. All right. This one we're going to do from a condition, but first let's just go over some options that we have that we're not going to actually demonstrate, which would be the filter table and clear filter table. This we'll cover in a separate video. It's an important functionality where you can filter based on an external input field or an external variable and essentially filter based on the content of that element. And of course, you can also clear the table filter afterwards. Next, we're going to look at how to select a specific row. Of course, you can select all rows using this action here. You can reset the table selection to be empty by using this action. We're going to use now select row. And we can also decide which row we want to select, like which table element. So we're going to say that we want to select the power table. And we're going to do this for all rows whose SLA value equals, let's say, gold. Okay, let's take a look at our condition to make sure it's good and see what's wrong here. Okay, we've selected the wrong SLA, so let's switch this to be the power table SLA. If we can find it, here we go, power table SLA. If this equals gold, then we want to select the row. Let's see if this works. Okay, excellent. So we can see that all of the SLAs that were gold are being selected just like that. All right. Let's take a look at the final options here. So we've just done select row, and again, you can select all the rows, you can clear your row selection, and you can also reset the table selection. Now, we can also set background color and set color. We've actually seen this in previous videos, but we can also dynamically set the color on our power table. And we can also show specific or hide specific rows, either based on conditional logic or by clicking on a button on that particular row. And that's how it's done.